happens when the police officer who is assigned to your child's school is actually a sexual predator with a badge and gun. Welcome to the Blue Line Gang Exposed. My name is Taylor. I am a former law enforcement officer who has worked at both the federal and state level, as well as the public defender's office as an investigator. I have seen firsthand what really happens behind the badge. Our purpose is to expose the national epidemic of child sexual abuse by law enforcement officials. We teach our children to not talk to strangers, but too often the danger lies in plain sight. When law enforcement officers who are assigned to protect our children at school become the predators that harm our children, trust becomes a weapon. According to the Department of Justice, 93% of juvenile victims of sexual assault knew their perpetrator. The Blue Line Gang Exposed presents true events involving law enforcement officials who have been arrested for sex crimes against children, verified through news reports, police records, court records, and the Department of Justice. The stories that you're about to hear are from the victims. The names have been changed, their voices cloned and altered so that they may be heard. The locations modified to protect their identities. The picture of any child during these episodes have been AI created, as well as their schools. Myself and the police officers shown today are real. They will not be given the opportunity to hide behind the badge of honor. You will see their faces and their charges. Our project begins with law enforcement officials arrested in 2020 and forward. This is a national epidemic, and we start in my home state of Florida for this episode. My daughter Marissa will start us off. Her voice has been cloned and altered to protect her identity. Go ahead, Marissa. Start us off.
Hey, my name's Marissa and I am 10. You heard my dad talk about the evil people who harm children, but do you want to know a secret? Okay, but you have to promise not to tell anybody else for real. Pinky promise. Sometimes stuff happens at school that nobody talks about, not even the teachers. Grown-ups think they know everything, but they don't. Kids notice things though. I notice a lot. And this story, well, it's about me and my best friend Tanya. We thought we were just regular kids, but then things got really weird and kinda scary. So, you ready? Okay, I'll start at the beginning. We had this cop at our school. Deputy Thompson, he was our school resource officer. He was huge, like taller than my dad, and everyone thought he made the school safe. I thought so too, but boy, I was wrong. One day me and Tanya were walking down the hall, then we saw him, Deputy Thompson, coming right toward us. I don't know why, but Tanya's whole face changed. She looked like she saw a ghost. Her eyes got big and scared, and she hugged her shoulders like she was freezing. Then, boom, she ran into the bathroom. I followed her, 'cause she's my best friend. When I got inside, I saw, well, she was so scared she had an accident. There was a little puddle on the floor, and her legs were wet. Tanya, what's wrong? What happened? I asked. But she didn't answer. She just locked herself in the stall and started crying real soft. I didn't know what else to do, so I sat down on the floor in the next stall and held her hand from underneath. I just waited there. I wasn't gonna leave her alone. Suddenly, bam bam bam. Someone knocked on the bathroom door. My heart jumped into my throat. It was him, Deputy Thompson. "Yous girls alright?" he called through the door. I squeaked out, "Gear problems." My voice sounded weird, even to me. Then the bell rang for the next class. The hallway got real quiet. I peeked through the crack and saw him looking around like he was making sure nobody else was there. Then, he came in. Into the girls' bathroom. My stomach dropped. My hand started to shake. Why would a man walk in here? Okay girls, yous need to get a move on, he said. Tanya didn't say a word. Tanya's having, girl stuff, I mumbled. Oh, okay, he said, kinda slow. Then he looked at me. Marissa, you can head back to class. I'll stay with Tanya. My whole body felt cold. Something about it was wrong. I didn't want to leave her. I'll wait for Tanya, I said, my voice all tiny. I started to open the stall door real slow. Then, whoosh. Tanya burst out of her stall, grabbed my hand, and yanked me with her. We ran out of that bathroom so fast I could barely feel my feet. I didn't know what was wrong with Tanya at first. We had just run out of the school like we were being chased, sneakers slapping the floor, hearts pounding, but she didn't stop until we got to my house. Then she bolted for the bathroom. I followed her, calling her name, but she slammed the door shut. I could hear the lock click. Tanya? I knocked. No answer. Then the water came on, full blast, even though nobody was in the shower. I pressed my ear to the door. Tanya, what's going on? Nothing. Just the sound of the shower rushing and her quiet sniffles. Finally, the door cracked open a little. I could see her face, red eyes, wet cheeks, shaking hands. She looked like she'd seen a ghost. Tanya? I whispered again. Come and listen to our story of how me and my best friend, Tanya, became victims of a child sexual predator who wore a badge and gun at our elementary school. Come and join us every Monday morning at 7 a.m. for a new episode on our YouTube channel, The Blue Line Gang Exposed. In Season 1, we will go across the country exposing sex offenders who wore the badge of honor and a gun.